All right, have and have not fans. Now, I created kind of a buzz on the internet lately on Twitter, on my YouTube community page, as well as my have and have not Facebook page about this particular video topic that I'm going to discuss today. It's a what if about what if Benny and Quitta hook up. Of course, we're talking about the siblings of Quincy Maxwell and Candace Young, and people have been going. Honestly, I would say that this is probably most second popular topic that I posted on my pages that's gotten people talking. And what I mean by that is that people are going nuts. I mean, of course, number one is, hey, is Veronica really dead? Everybody is like going nuts. Everybody went nuts over that. Actually, that video is still blowing up. But I'm talking about Quitta and Benny hooking up next season. And people have been saying, hell no, that's ridiculous. That isn't going to happen. And the reason I'm sparking the conversation is because we only have one picture from the Haves and Have-Nots extended trailer where we have Benny with his shirt off and we see a female, sitting down. So one could assume that this is somebody that he's most likely about to have physical relations with. Some people have been saying maybe that's Hannah he's talking to, not doing anything. They're just talking, sitting down and talking. That could be the case, but I don't really think that's it. I feel like Benny is actually in a situation where he's going to be involved with somebody. The reason I say that is because if I'm not mistaken, Benny appeared near the end of the trailer because of course there are a lot of scenes going on, but a good chunk of those scenes were, I guess you could say, two people getting, basically having sex. Let's just not be blunt. Let's be blunt. They're having sex. Of course, have that new character who's on top of Jim. We have Justin and Jeffrey. Justin trying to sit on Jeffrey's lap. Of course, we have. Let's see here. Erica and David kissing. So yeah, I'm really thinking that is Benny and some female he's about to get it on with. Now, the question is who is the female, because we don't know. All we see is the little glimpse of hair in the left hand corner of the picture itself. Now, one might think that, hey, maybe it's one of the previous females that Benny had an interest in, but you got to think about it. We really don't know much about Benny's love life aside from the fact that before Hannah was diagnosed with breast cancer, remember that Benny had actually moved away from Hannah's house. I believe he moved, I don't think too far away, but after finding out about his mom's situation, he moved back in with her to help out with the bills and whatnot around the house. And he was actually dating somebody, but Hannah described her as, you know what, that little fast thing from across town you're dating that broke your heart, don't let her stop you from going out with other women. Like, don't let that heartbreak prevent you from moving on, which led to her trying to hook him up with Darcy, the nice girl from church. But it turns out, Benny got arrested for the drug charges because David planted the drugs in the red sports car that Candace got, so that date never happened. Remember, Benny got arrested for that. All right. Then we get to the next girl who was the nurse at the hospital where Benny was, when he had the coma. But it turned out that those two actually knew each other from high school. Benny got her phone number, but we never see anything come from that because we literally get to the next stage, which is where Benny meets Erica, and again, a potential love interest, but we learned that was just a setup by Candace to get the car that she bought to get it towed by Benny, which he purchased for, a couple $100, like $200 or $300, and gave the car to Hannah. So Erica and Benny wasn't a thing. It seemed like those two might be getting together, like, her calling Benny to stop by his house to get a book out of the glove compartment of the car, but we never see anything come from that. And then, of course, we get to the Veronica stage where it's Veronica and Benny. But, I don't really put it this way. People have been saying, what if that's Veronica? One of the best things about the people responding to the what if it's Veronica in the picture is the fact that you look at the hair and it's like, look, Veronica, even if she's in the hospital after that car wreck, there's no way she would allow her hair to get in that position. So we don't think it's Veronica. I don't think it's Veronica. I think it's either somebody who's completely new to the Haves and Have Not roster of characters, or it's somebody that we have seen. But based on the characters we have seen, I'm not going to lie. Hear me out, people. It does make sense if it is Quitta. Here's why. I feel like one of the key factors of it being Quitta is this. It's a way of getting back at Candace. Now, as you recall in my extended trailer breakdown, the 30-minute video I did, like literally breaking down the entire trailer itself, you see in one scene that Candace and Quitta are like, in a jail cell on benches apart from each other, just talking. And it's literally a back and forth in terms of like Quitta being like, look, you know what? You killed my brother. You're going to get everything that's been coming to you. And then it looks like they get into some kind of fight because a police officer is literally, holding Candace back, but she's like literally laughing out loud, as well as the other women in the other cells. So as I said in the trailer, we don't know if those two got in a real fight and Candace whooped her ass, or if, Candace was like roasting her and then Quitta tried to attack her, but hey, it didn't happen, because I'm thinking the only reason that Candace was the one to be embraced by that officer was because she was the one who was either winning the fight or, the one who was putting Quitta in a position where she couldn't fight back. Because if Quitta was the one, think about Jerry Springer, every time there's a fight, it's like, Jerry, because like a woman or a man like goes off on another person, like, you've been cheating with my wife with your cousin, so those two get in a fight. The bodyguards on the show generally, snatch up the person who's starting who either started the fight or the one who was winning the fight. So I'm guessing that Candace and Quitta might have gotten into it, but Candace ended up, winning, and that's why she's the one that's being held back. I don't know. That could be the situation. But I'm thinking that Quitta might be, and again, I'm going to do a whole Quitta video too soon, but I feel like Quitta might be the biggest threat of the next season, because you think about it, it would be perfect writing, because number one, a lot of people don't like Quitta to begin with. They say like, oh, her actress is terrible and blah, blah, blah. But I even did a video in the past about how Quitta's actress, I don't dislike her, because I feel like Tyler Perry picked her specifically for that role. And what's Quitta's role? To be this annoying sister of Quincy who seems to be, taking up screen time. But I feel like it's always been for a bigger purpose, given the fact that since Quincy's dead, it could be, and not to mention Warlock and his crew's dead, well, at least his main guys, since they're dead, it could be argued that Quitta is actually the, I guess you could say, the drug lord, or the head of the gangbangers, whatever you want to call it, of Savannah, Georgia at the moment, aside from the Malones. Let's talk about the street level crime right now. Arguably, Quitta, depending on how you look at the hierarchy of it, if she was actually underneath, her brother Quincy, if he died, then that will automatically make her top dog, right? Am I right? I don't really know. I'm just speculating here. So it would make sense if her not being seen as a threat because Candace knows her, So it makes sense that Candace will underestimate her, like, you know what? Hey, I just whoop your ass. You're not going to do anything. But it turns out she's going to get back at Candace through Benny. Makes a lot of sense to me. And you think about it, the only time those two have been interacting on screen was when Benny bust into her apartment, roughed her up a little bit, found Quincy Jr. and got out of there. So how those two would get back together to actually have relations is beyond me. I don't know how exactly that would work, because when you think about it, Quincy Jr.'s dead, Benny's depressed about it, and when you think about it, well, honestly, he might have ill will towards Quitta, because remember how Quincy Jr.'s back was lashed up and whatnot from being disciplined, or, just abused, honestly. So I don't think that Benny would have the best feelings about Quitta. Those two were to meet up. However, you realize that, just like Hannah, he feels that, Candace, because of the way you live, that's why your son is dead, because Warlock came in there looking for you, and that's why he got shot. So honestly, I could see those two interacting. How exactly Quitta would seduce Benny is beyond me. I don't know exactly how that will work. I'm just saying that if that is Quitta in the picture with Benny, it would kind of make sense that she would be utilizing her body like Candace. When you really think about it, that is an interesting way of writing her character. She's pulling a Candace to get back at Candace when you think about it. And again, she could be the unsung villain of this upcoming season. I'm just saying now, in the comment section below, just let me know, do you feel like this what if does have some ground behind it? Now, if you completely disagree with me, that's fine. You could just say, you know what, I don't agree. That's completely fine. It's your opinion. But when I make these what ifs, I really only do so if there's any kind of evidence that may suggest that it is a possible storyline. So if you agree, that's great. I mean, again, I'm just speculating here. I have no idea what's going to happen, because again, all we have to go off of is Benny in the picture and a little bit of hair showing in the corner. So it could be anybody. So again, I don't know. I just wanted to get the conversation going because again, the fact that so many people said, hell no, it's not Quitta, it better not be. Again, when you think about it, Tyler Perry, despite the pacing of the show being slow for the past few seasons and some things not being, well, good writing, I honestly feel like Tyler Perry has indeed placed some good, I guess you could say, hidden gems among the haves and the have-nots. Like, Charles revealing his true colors to be Chucky, scaring Candace. Again, the emotional scenes of the Youngs going at the funeral home. The fact that we have, again, just so many different opportunities in this next season if Veronica really is out of commission. I didn't say dead. I said out of commission as a coma. She's in the hospital for a while. So this allows other characters to raise some hell. And honestly, I'm going to enjoy it. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think it's Quitta in the picture? Do you think it's the nurse from the hospital? Do you think it's a character we haven't seen before? Whoever it is, I can't wait because, again, this is a great way of giving other characters some development. So, again, please subscribe. Check out my other videos because, again, I'm almost at 300 videos on the channel, people. 98% of them are have and have not. So you can't tell me there isn't any content on this channel to keep you busy until the show comes back next month. So, again, great talking to you all. I hope you all let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you later.